everyone. So I'm going to be telling you all about what VeTerex is, how it works, why VeTerex, stuff like that. So recently I was in an interview and we were talking about books we've read, which are like blockchain based book, and the interviewer mentioned something about people saying they've read books but then it ends up that they haven't read them, blah blah blah, right? So that is one of the reasons why I was like, oh my god, imagine there was a place where you could get an NFT for every media you've consumed, right? It would eliminate trust when it comes to media verification, because that is a huge factor right now. Because I'm supposed to believe you that you've watched this, read this research, read this book, etc. So that is VeTerex. VeTerex mints soul-bound NFTs, right? And why soul-bound NFTs? Because you want the media to be just true to that person who actually did watch it. We don't want people transferring their media to someone, you know, uh, that. So this is the app, and it is actually an extension, and we have a web version. So we have the web version. Let me close this. The web version, right? And we also have the extension. So I've made a video on how to import it and how everything works. So let's just go ahead and let's demonstrate. So if you go to the profile section, right, you go to preference, you can see a list of supported platforms, right? You can also add your own website. So if there's a website you usually read at, which is not already over here, you can just decide to add the website. So for this demonstration, I'm going to use YouTube, and I'm going to use my favorite manga reading site. So since I already have YouTube, I'm going to watch a very short YouTube video, very short movie. Oh, yeah, my bad. I don't think it works like that. I think I need to go here, right? A very short movie. Yeah, story. Okay. So something that isn't too long. Okay. So I'm going to mute it so that the sound doesn't disturb anyone who's like, yeah. So this is it, a very short story, and it's going to track what we have here. So I'm gonna refresh this. Yeah, so over here you can see a very short story is being tracked, and we have the exact minutes and everything in it, which is very good. So once you get up the stuff, right? So if you're watching that and you leave the website for it to just run, right, it stops tracking, right? So you need to stay on it to actually track, right? So when once you go back, it just continues. So after, whilst it's going on, I just want to describe a lot of other things. So we have it's currently, so these are the stuff I have watched so far and actually minted to test. And also the most fascinating part is that we have this thing called matches, where you can see people who have also watched the same thing you have. Like, so you can use it to like find people who are of the same interest, and because we are using the very username, right, you get to see people based on their very username. And I noticed something on very is that if you are a new person on very and you want to chat someone apart from the channel, there's no other way to like make new friends. So I feel like VeTerex is actually a great place to meet new people, make new friends based on shared interest, right? And user can actually uh, note how many, right, NFT someone requires before they can add them, right? So if you require 10 matching NFTs, maybe 40 or something, all dependent on you, right? So you can see that I am done watching it, right? And then it gives me the option to mint, right? So you mint the NFT, just click on mint, and everything is gasless, right? Because we are doing gas sponsorship, sorry. So the user doesn't actually have to have any gas. This is very good for people who are like don't really have knowledge of how the blockchain works, how Web3 really works, and still want to have fun with VeTerex, right? You can just do everything without gas. Okay, so NFT is minted. If if I go on my collections, you see it should be here, a very short story. Then I can click on the view, which is the very scan, to actually view my NFT, which is very fun. So this is the NFT transaction, and this is it.